Penn State hosting Villanova following their second win over a ranked opponent, Auburn, last Saturday night. Now, earlier this week, Joshua Perry hit the streets of State College to see how much students actually know about their school.
Oh, really? It's like asking a Syracuse kid, what's an orange, man?
Joshua Perry here outside of the Hintz Family Alumni Center here on the campus of Penn State University, asking the student body some trivia questions. Let's check it out. How many times has Penn State been Big Ten football champions?
16 times.
5. 94, 05 co-champs, 09, or 08 I guess it was, and then 16, so I'll say 4.
After this year, it's 5.
Who is Penn State's only Heisman Trophy winner?
Saquon Barkley.
Oh, John Capoletti.
How many national championships has Penn State volleyball won under head coach Russ Rose?
I'm thinking 4.
5.
5.
I want to say 7.
7 is the correct answer.
Let's go.
I love Russ Rose.
There we
He's
go.
the man. He's the man.
I'm reading you a list of names. You tell me if they're Penn State alums or not. Anthony Spice Adams, also known as Cream E. Biggums on Instagram.
Alum. He's a legend, yeah.
Right. Lisa Salters.
Yes.
Bruce Incredible Hulk Banner.
No.
I feel like there is like a comic that mentioned Penn State. I'm going to go yes.
That is correct. Joe Jonas.
No.
What about his wife, Sophie Turner?
Yes.
No.
That was a trick question.
Jennifer Aniston.
No way.
No, but her father did.
Okay.
Keegan Michael Key.
Yes.
And does a great James Franklin. Ally Krieger.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
USWNT.
What famous ice cream duo took a course at the Penn State Creamery?
Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry, that is correct. Final question, what is a Nittany lion?
A mountain lion?
It's a mountain lion.
Semi-fictional mountain lion.
Just there was a lion on Mount Nittany. I don't know.
A Nittany lion is me, you know? Have to represent Penn State.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here in person and afar, please join me in officially welcoming Micah Shrewsberry, Penn State head men's basketball coach.
Micah Shrewsberry, introduced as the 14th head coach of the men's basketball program in Penn State school history back in March. He brings a whole lot of experience to the table, okay? He spent the last couple of seasons as an associate head coach for Purdue. He was also an assistant coach with the Boston Celtics from 2013 to 19. And when he's not on the basketball court, he is partaking in the whiteout at Beaver Stadium. Am I a little bit jealous that you were able to watch the game on the sideline, Coach? A little bit. And before we talk about hoops, how was it, being on the sideline watching Penn State take down Auburn?
It was one of the best experiences I've ever been a part of. And, selfishly for me, I am a huge college football fan. So being able to come here to Penn State, see what Coach Franklin's doing, watching those guys. How about Sean Clifford last weekend? How good was he?
He was excellent. We hope it continues this afternoon.
Right.
Coach, you're born and raised in Indianapolis. You've spent time at Purdue. You've spent time at Butler. You already have some momentum in recruiting. How important is it to win the state of Indiana?
You know what? We're trying to win everywhere. Like, I'm from Indiana, and those are my roots. And, we're going to recruit Indiana really hard. But we're going to recruit our state, and we're going to recruit Pennsylvania, and we're going to try and keep the best players home. And that's huge for us, and that's huge for our momentum. And, but we're also not going to neglect a lot of other places. Penn State's been good when we've gotten guys from Ohio, when we've gotten guys from Pennsylvania, gotten guys from Virginia, gotten guys from Indiana. So we're going to try, and our neck of the woods, we're going to try and dominate it every time in recruiting.
Coach, Penn State hasn't made an NCAA tournament since 2010, 2011. So do you see that as a challenge, or is there extra pressure that comes with that?
I love it. For me, outside expectations, they don't really matter. Like, what we think about in our program is what's most important. So we're going to set goals of making the NCAA tournament, but I don't want to put a ceiling on our team and what we can do. Like, we want to reach as high as we can reach, and that's what we're going to try and do. Each and every day we get out here and work for that and try and achieve that. And we want to make Penn State proud. We want to make these great fans behind us proud. There's a great buzz and momentum, and we want to take, the excitement from here at football, the excitement at volleyball and everywhere else, and we want to bring it into the BJC this year.
Coach, with your hire, Penn State is now in a very, very rare class of having both a black head football coach and basketball coach. What does that mean for you in this university?
You know, it's an honor for me to be in that class. And James Franklin and I kind of take on the responsibility. I take on the responsibility. But, you know, I did an interview earlier this week with Juwan Howard at Michigan. And one of the things I told him is I'm not in this position for what he didn't do and the success that he had as a first-time head coach. So that's a lot of, you know, pressure to put on my shoulders. But I'm here to really do things the right way and help somebody else get an opportunity. So we're going to do things right. We're going to play really hard. We're going to represent Penn State. We're going to represent the Big Ten. And I want to help the next coach get an opportunity just like I got an opportunity.
Love that.
Coach, you're not new to the Big Ten, but you're new here to Penn State. So what do you want the fans behind us to know about you?
You know what? For me, family's first. And, you know, my family's the most important thing to me. And then the players are my family. But this isn't, you know, I say it all the time. This isn't my program. This is our players' program. This is Penn State's program. So we want to represent you the right way. We need everybody to join and get on board with what we're doing. Keep the excitement going. We've sold as many student tickets as they've ever sold here at this point in time. So we want to keep it going. We need the students. We need the whole community to back us, everybody that can be here. And let's take Penn State to a different level.
Clearly, you're already a man of the people here at State College. So we appreciate your time. We're so looking forward to what you can do with the Penn State basketball program. Should be really fun.
Thank you.
Micah Shrewsberry.
When it comes to women's soccer, forward Ally Schlegel could be one of the best to ever put on a uniform. She's also contributed to the team GPA of 3.83, which is the highest in the entire athletic department. Wow. With that, I want to welcome the 2021 Penn State Female Athlete of the Year, Ally Schlegel. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
We know on your social media channels you are a self-proclaimed fun haver. How much fun are you having here at Penn State?
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is my home. This is my place. I think, you know, every day presents another opportunity to have fun, whether that's on the field, in the classroom with other friends, but I have the best time here.
Ally, you look back to last season, you accomplished really everything that a female soccer player can accomplish. How did that shift your mindset going into the offseason to prepare for this year?
I would say it was a quick turnaround, you know, just kind of having these back-to-back seasons, but I think for me, like having such a great season, it was a lot of fuel for me to, you know, really bunker down during the summer and kind of work forward with that. I mean, there's no finish line. I think you can see it as like, oh, I accomplished something. But, you know, looking forward, it's like, that's over, and then here's the next thing. So that's really what my mentality ended up being.
I love that.
You just mentioned there's no finish line for you. So when you're looking at the Ally Schlegel accomplishment list, what else left is there to check off the list?
Oh, man. I mean, you know, thinking about me personally, like, I want to, you know, focus on the team and get that national championship. I think for me, like, working towards that is the next goal, and I think that's always the goal. And the Big Ten championship as well. I think that's always our focus.
You were quoted as saying, the reason you chose Penn State is because you could make some of the best memories here. So I ask you now, what is your favorite memory so far?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, there's so many, but looking back on my whole career here, I think the thing that really sticks out to me is our 2019 Big Ten tournament, when I think that season we hit a lot of adversity, and just to go in and beat Michigan at Rutgers in the last overtime, like it was insane. And I think celebrating that, we talk about celebrations a lot and how much that means to me. I think that moment really hits home.
Speaking of celebrations, you have some pretty good post-goal celebrations.
Absolutely.
We're going to get a look at some of those in just a little bit, but where did these come from? Where does the creativity stem from?
So, you know, that's a funny question, because every game Ryan comes up to me and he says, what do you got for me? and every time I feel like I'm going to say, oh, I had it all planned out, and it's all in the back of my head. I don't know. It comes to me right in the moment. I think about the Maryland one and the swimming. I was just too tired to get up. So I thought, what can I do on the ground? And the swim came to me. So
we're getting a look at that now. And I also want to ask you, there are tons of young women out there looking up to you and telling their mom and dad, hey, Mom, I want to be just like her. I want to play college at a Big Ten university. What message do you have for them?
I think the message I have for them is just to, pursue what they want to do. And I think, looking at me, it's like I have my own thing of the celebrations. Like, I think you got to find that niche that really makes you you and just run with that. So I just encourage them to be, individuals and focus on serving their teammates and being the best person they could be.
Well, Ally, thank you so much for joining us. We don't have enough time, but I was going to ask you what you order at Waffle House, but maybe Dave Revson, you can answer that. Whenever you go to a Waffle House, what do you order? Is it a waffle? Is it a pancake? Is it eggs and bacon?
I'm deferring to Joshua. I'm deferring to Joshua Perry, who's our Waffle House aficionado.
Yeah. Big Waffle House guy, so I'm a fan of Ally Schlegel just because of that. It's amazing.
What do you order?
Well, you got to get the waffle, of course. I think you got to get the Texas toast breakfast sandwich. That's always a good choice. You got to get some hash browns, a double order, probably some OJ and some coffee. That's how I got this big, Jerry. Stop making that face.
No, I'm just saying. That's a lot. Is that for all 3 meals?
That's for one.
Meanwhile,
I want to let everybody know it's been a little while since I've thrown one of these bad boys. I've never been a quarterback, so this ought to be interesting. Hanging out with my guy, Sean Clifford, who's probably coming off of the best game of his career. Outstanding quarterback for Penn State. Talking football, talking life, and we're getting ready to throw that football into the net here in a little bit. Just kind of wanted to start off with your journey getting here to Penn State. You're a guy from Cincinnati, Ohio. You end up getting recruited here to be a quarterback. Just take us through that journey a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty short, honestly. I started getting recruited around freshman year, started playing JV, and then varsity as sophomore. So after my sophomore year, I shopped around a little bit, just like everybody else does. But honestly, it was more so I wanted to get other guys on board, like KJ Hamler, guys in my class. They have come through and kind of be that leader. And I think it's paid off so far, and I've loved my decision.
You've had a number of different coordinators here, and that presents some different opportunities, presents some different challenges. What specifically do you like about Coach Yurcich? What are some of those specific things you're learning?
I think the discipline at the quarterback position is huge, making sure that you have reasoning for each decision you make. Last year, I had a lot of turnovers, and one of those things that we talked about was, some of those turnovers, they might not have been completely my fault, but I need to have a reason for it. I can't just throw the ball up and say, oh, I just threw it up into double coverage. That's not a good reason. And I learned from that. But, if you got Jahan one-on-one,
right?
Hell yeah, I'm taking that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of good things that he's taught me and really grown me as a quarterback and got me as confident as ever. All right, Josh. I hit a couple. Now you try.
All right, here we go.
The elbow's got to come through a little bit.
The elbow's got to come through.
Elbow.
What do you mean by that?
I think it's just got to come a little bit higher. I think that you're dragging it a little bit. Just come over the top a little bit more.
All right.
Oh.
We're getting there.
A little bit.
We're getting there.
That's some zip. A little bit of
We're getting there. That was a little tight little spiral right there. All right, I'm calling this one. I'm making this next one, then I'm out.
Yes, sir. Some people are just clutch, huh?
Hey, you got to call your shot, right?
That's all it is, right?
I love it. Hey, well, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you, man.
Yes, sir.
Good luck this
Appreciate
year.
it.
Keep balling out.
Thank you.